So is Star Wars Outlaws on Switch 2 going to be worth it? I'm not going to lie, I'm a little nervous about this game on Switch 2. It's Ubisoft, it's Red Links. This isn't really a studio that has spent a lot of time making a lot of games for the original Switch. I think this is going to be the first game on Switch 2 to have ray tracing. So that's just another very taxing feature to have in a game like this on a console like this. But it is doable on this platform if you spend enough time optimizing it. So we're really going to find out really soon what Star Wars Outlaws on Switch 2 is looking and running like. Now the game's right around the corner, but we really haven't seen a whole bunch of gameplay for it. There's been a lot of events. PAX West is going on right now. We just had Gamescom not too long ago, and you would think that Ubisoft would show off this game and give it a playtest at these events if it was really ready to go, but we really haven't seen much of it. Just a couple clips here and there from the Nintendo Directs that we've had over the past couple of months. Other than that, no real unedited, uncut footage of just raw gameplay for us to take a look at. And I'm not gonna lie, that definitely is not a great sign. I'm not sure how I feel about that. And to be honest, that did have me pretty worried. Until today, I think I've restored my hope on if this will be a decent port or not, right? But let's get into it. We got Nintendo Prime, and he apparently got a chance to play this game behind closed doors at PAX West, and he had some very interesting and very promising things to say about this version of the game on Switch 2. He starts off saying, played so much already. I also think people will be pleasantly surprised with Star Wars Outlaws next week. No, it's not perfect, the impossible port, but it's better than you might expect. When he started off with that, that's cool, that sounds great, but the follow-up tweet is what really caught my attention. He also confirmed that it does use DLSS, and they've been working on this game coming to the platform for a pretty long time. This is exactly what I wanted to hear. Would a game like this be using DLSS? The initial storage size of the game was like 24, 25 something gigs, something around that. And most recently they've updated it to 18 gigs, which is quite the reduction in size. And I was wondering, is that because the game is just not running very well, so they needed to resort to nuking the overall resolution? Now that could still have been the case, but if they did significantly reduce the overall internal resolution of the game, using something like DLSS, kind of like similar to Cyberpunk, they could lower the internal resolution, use DLSS to upscale it to give us a cleaner image with a more stable frame rate while still giving us ray tracing features. They can give us a stable 30 FPS or stable enough 30 FPS for a massive open world current gen ray traced game like this on Switch 2. That would be amazing. That would be more than good enough for me. And we also do get the DLC and all the expansions and all the updates that they've been working on for this past year since the game came out. Going back to Prime's tweet again, when he said that they've been working on this game coming to the platform for a long time, DLSS implementation for Switch 2 ports of third-party games does take more time than not. You can't really get away with a quick and dirty port if you're planning on using DLSS. And Dr. Trey came out with a video not too long ago, just a couple days back, detailing about how long he felt that this game was in development for the Switch. Found off LinkedIn was some job postings. He's always on there. Posting that he found was for around August 2024. That job posting at least lets us know August 2024 at the very least, they were definitely working on this version of the game. So that does add a little bit of validity to what Prime is saying. If you reference what Dr. Trey was reporting in his video as well, I'm wondering if there's going to be at least another day one patch just to kind of smooth out that performance to keep a more stable 30 FPS. And if they can, and honestly, if they can pull it off, it's using DLSS, so the image quality is probably going to be very solid. This game on Steam Deck at this point in time, as far as I'm concerned, is unplayable. You are getting dips into damn near single digit territory. The way that Star Wars Outlaws on your Steam Deck looks and runs is how everyone's saying Elden Ring looks and runs on Switch 2. I don't know. Does not look or run very well on Steam Deck. Far from verified on Steam Deck. It's not very playable at all. If they're using DLSS and able to give us a somewhat stable 30 FPS with the image quality that DLSS will afford, we could be looking at a better version of Star Wars Outlaw on Switch 2 than even on Steam Deck. And that's going to speak volumes in regards to what I've been saying for the longest time, that we don't need more powerful hardware, we need better optimization for these games, because everyone's trying to get their games out as fast as they possibly can while having them look like the most crazy thing in the world. These games are suffering because of it. And if this game comes out on Switch 2, and if what Prime is saying about his experience playing it is correct and translates, honestly, that's all the confirmation that I need. But we're going to find out in just a couple of days. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm picking up Star Wars Outlaws on the 4th of September. I'm picking up Chronos on the 5th. Those are going to be my games next week. Silk Song's also coming out. Metal Eden's also coming out next week. In first week of September is going to be insane. There's too many good games coming out on pretty much everything. So let me know what games you guys are planning on picking up next week on Switch 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.